Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event. Let's get ready to rumble!
Y'all ready for this?
Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with a shaped birthday card, and this is going to be a card for a little boy. It's a birthday card. So what does our card look like? This is the card that we will be making today, and it's in the shape of a fire truck. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this card. Okay everybody, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start off. I've done this in previous videos, but this is just going to be a refresher for those of you who are searching for something in the Silhouette store. So I am on the Silhouette online store website, and what I want to do is I'm going to search for a fire truck. Now I've already downloaded my file to my library, but just say you were looking for a fire truck, and what we'll do is go up to the search bar or search tab and just type in the word fire truck. And you can make it one word or two words, however you want to do it. And then we're going to just click go. So now that's going to bring up all the files that pertain to a fire truck. As you can see, some of them don't look like a fire truck, but I think what it also did was it took the word fire, because I separated the two words, and it gave me everything that had the word fire in it, and then it gave me everything that had the word truck in it. So what we're going to be making today is the fire truck card. Now if you look right here, you'll see that this is just a fire truck. So what I did was, you can go ahead and pick this one and then make it into a card, but I decided to type in the word fire truck card and then click go. And now you can see I do have the fire truck card. So this is the card that we are going to be making. So what you would do is you would go ahead and add this to your cart, and then if you have a sign-in ID, which you are going to need to download this to your computer, and because you have to pay for it, and the Silhouette does offer subscription payments. You can buy the file separately, or you can subscribe to a subscription payment, and then what you'll do is you'll get so much per month, or so many images per month. And I do belong to the monthly image. I believe I get I can't remember if it's 25 or 35 images a month. So once you've selected your image, you will then open up your Silhouette software, and as soon as you open your software, it's going to tell you that you have files that need to be downloaded to your computer. So now I have my software already open here, and what we're going to do is go to the library, and as you can see, here is my fire truck right here. But I believe there is an option, and I'm going to see if I can find it, to download my pending orders. And I think I just previously did pick out a couple of images and paid for them or added them to my subscription or to my cart, and they are now ready for download. So if I click on pending downloads and then say check for downloads, it is going to tell me that I have 2 downloads to be downloaded. So I can go ahead and click the start download. So I will click the start download, and what will happen is it will go ahead and start downloading my images, which it has done. And this one is actually just a paper image. I didn't realize that when I downloaded, but I can still use it. And then I have the Batman logo, and I'm going to use this in the future on a card for a little boy. So let's go ahead and get our fire truck, and I've already placed it in a folder called cards. that I created, and here's my image. So I'm just going to double click. So now this is all of the pieces to make the fire truck card. Now what I've done is I've gone ahead and decided that I need to break these up because I'm going to be cutting these in different colors of, cutting these in different colors of cardstock. So this is a paper piecing card. So if you're not a paper piecing fan, you're not going to want to make this card. So the first thing we need to do, because as you can see, this is all grouped together, and because we're going to be cutting it out in several different colors of cardstock, and we also want to add a inside sentiment using our fire truck, I am going to go ahead and ungroup my images. So as you can see now, everything is ungrouped, and then that way you can go ahead and start putting your pieces on your mat however you want them to set up for cutting. So the other thing I want to do is I always like to reveal my mat when I'm working. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab all of this and I'm going to group it together and just move it over to the side. So now that we've moved our pieces over and we just have just this one piece right here, what we want to do is I want to put my inside sentiment within here. And since this is a shape card, I want to have my inside sentiment be the same shape as the inside of the card. So now what we're going to do is go up to the offset icon and make sure you have your image highlighted here, as I do. And now we're not going to do an offset where we're doing the outside. We're going to do what is known as an internal offset because we want to make this for the inside of the card. So from here you'll just grab your pointer here and then you'll just make it whatever size you want it to be. So I'm going to go in about that much, and that will be my internal offset. So now what I want to do is I want to get rid of my card base for right now because we're not going to use that. So I'm just going to highlight the card base and I'm going to hit the delete key. And so now we're working with just the internal. And actually we need to bring that back. So let me do an undo. And we really just want to move this over and work with just the internal piece. So now we only want the sentiment to be on the inside, what I'm calling the bottom side of the card, because this is going to be the top, because this piece will fold over. So we don't need this up here and we don't need this. So to get rid of this, as you can see, this is one piece and you can't use the ungroup. And I'll right click so you can see those two are grayed out. But what we can do is do a release compound path. So I'm going to do that, and what that does is that gets that piece out of there. So we can highlight that and then just delete it. So now I want to cut across here so I get only this piece. So I'm going to go over to my knife tool, and you want to make sure you're a little bit outside of where you want the cut to be. And I'm going to hold down the shift key and then go across. This gives me a straight line. So now I can break that apart and then I have just this piece here. And as you can see, let's bring our card back over. I'm going to move this over a little bit and we'll bring our card over. And now you can see I have my internal sentiment piece that is in the shape of my card. Now what you could have done is you could have left those two pieces together and cover this whole entire piece, but that would have made the card a little bit more bulky. So I chose not to do that. You can if you want. So I'm going to delete that and get rid of that, and I'm going to move this over, and then from here I can go ahead and take my text box key and start typing in my text. So I believe I had my text at 18 point, and then you can pick whatever font, and the fonts are what is on your computer, and type in your sentiment and then do the print and cut feature. So now what I want you to do is go ahead, go out to the Silhouette store, download this card, place it on your mat, go ahead and separate your pieces so that you can get just your card base, and then do your internal offset. And then once you've done your internal offset and used your knife tool to separate the top from the bottom, you can then go ahead and put in your text, do your print and cut feature, and then cut out all your other pieces. So why don't you do that and meet me back at the table. Okay everybody, so you should have gone and laid everything out on your mat and cut it out. So we're going to bring up the supplies so we can get started making the card. So now this is going to be some paper piecing, so if you don't like paper piecing, you're not going to like making this card. So now my cardstock is just some cardstock that I've had for quite a while. I don't even remember where I got it, but it's 2 different colors on each side. So what we're going to do is we're just going to line this up and fold it in half, and then just go ahead and score down so that our card lays flat. So there is the front of our fire truck. So now let's just start adding our pieces. So the next layer we're going to lay down is this layer. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to start putting all our pieces together from here, and then we'll add this to the actual card. So this is our next piece here. And then we're going to lay this piece down, and this goes right here. And this cardstock is some Recollections cardstock, and this is some of the Joann Fabric textured cardstock. So that piece needs to go up there, and then we'll have our windows. They'll go right here, and then we'll lay this piece down, and this piece sits right here, and then we have our headlights, which will go there, and we'll have one along here. And then what we'll have is our wheels, which will go down here, and then our other wheel, which gets placed right here. So as you can see, it's coming together, and I'm just laying the pieces down for right now so we can just get them on here, and then we'll go back and start taping everything down. So this piece will go right here, and then let's see, we should have 3 little pieces, one for each side up here at the top. One will go here, and one will go here. Actually, I think that's incorrect. I think what needs to be done is one needs to go right there. Okay. And then I need to figure out where these 2 pieces go. I think they go right there. So that's basically our little truck. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing this down, and I want you to do the same thing, and then I'll come back and we'll add it to our card and put our inside sentiment done, and then we'll be done with this quick and easy card. Okay, everybody, so I'm back with the finished card. So what I've done is I've just gone ahead and stamped out happy birthday here on the bumper part of the truck. And then for the inside sentiment, I've gone ahead and used the print and cut feature like I showed you earlier, and just printed out my sentiment for the inside. And I did ink the edges of that using the Salty Ocean Tim Holtz Distress ink. And then I've gone ahead and make an envelope to go with the card. Now my envelope, I did use the envelope punch board to make this, which looks like this. And I used the measurement for the 5 by 5.5 inch card. So you'd cut your paper size 8.5 by 8.5, and your first score line would be 4 1/8. And if you don't have that, you can just go ahead and make an envelope that is 5.5 by 5.5, or 5 by 5.25 by 5.25 for the card to fit. And then I just went ahead and stamped out using the Stampin', no, this isn't Stampin' Up, this is Close to My Heart stamp set, birthday wishes. And then I've put 3 candles on here on the top because he will be 3 years old. So that's it, everybody. This is my quick and easy birthday card for a little boy. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.